jumping into the first game, this is going to be a 4-spawn map. This is Lerlet Crest spawning in our top left position. It is our blue Terran player representing Root Gaming. It is Kelazhur.
And his opponent in the top right-hand corner, it is the green Terran representing Team Gravity. It's EJK.
So as a Terran versus Terran on this map, Dranak, where do you think it's going to go? Do you think they're just going to both jump into this Reaper play? Do you think they're going to try to do like a Banshee Rash? What is the outcome? What is the meta for this?
Well, for a while, heavy Reaper play in TVT was very prominent, but then you saw some players start to mix in Hellions, which would just shut them down. And I've seen a variety of builds come out of that with the entire goal to shut down early Reaper shenanigans. But for now, I think probably the most likely, the people who you generally see win is the more defensive player. The player that stays at home with their Reapers and allows the other player to come to them and then punish them. Now, of course, your opponent may not be going Reapers, and then you forfeit your opportunity to scout. But often, the player that is a little bit more patient and careful and defensive seems to win these early game fights when it is heavy Reaper. And for now, though, they're both playing relatively the same. We have early double gas, which is incredibly common. There's a variety of early builds, and honestly, we just have to see, okay, when's their factory timing come down, because then it tells us, are they going for maybe a siege tank timing, a push to deny a natural base of an opponent, or an early cyclone to defend banshees, or even a banshee himself, but banshees aren't quite as popular because of the safety cyclone we do often see in this matchup.
Yeah, so it's so far a mimic build so far. We just got the command center getting dropped at the same time, supply depots, factories, reapers, everything's mimic so far. Everything's the same. So I'm interested to see where this goes. We do see, like, a factory, like I said before, just more reapers. It should be interesting.
As mentioning, it often does come down to the player a little bit more defensive. Of course, control factors in, but Kelazhur goes for a second Reaper, while EJK also has a second Reaper queued up, and that is very much safety, just to make sure, okay, if you have more than that, you're not going to overwhelm. If I make a misstep, you're not going to overwhelm. You can see how EJK is being defensive, keeping his Reaper at home, while Kelazhur goes up for the first scout, and this could be potentially incredibly dangerous for him, because if EJK moved out in the right position, he could punish Kelazhur, but Kelazhur is much more aggressive. He likes his bio plays. He's used to doing them much more, while EJK much more often moves into that Hellion. But I'm really curious. We're seeing quite mirror builds. Hellion's out the back of this, and this is all to defend against early Reaper shenanigans from both these players.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see mimic builds to a certain point, just because I want to see how each player handles those mimic builds. But now we see something different. We do see the tech lab coming down from EJK on top of the starport, while Kelazhur is not going for the tech lab. He's going straight for the Liberator, the Freedom Fighters, and more Reapers, or not more Reapers, more Hellions. And we do see the engineering base. So let's see what kind of skirmish this takes place. 2 Reapers versus 2 Reapers and a Hellion.
Interesting. We're also seeing Liberator for Kelazhur at the back of this, so he does have a very distinct plan and aggressive nature. He's going to draw out the army into the front with this beautiful play he's got right here, and hopefully have a Liberator into the back, or he could simply start liberating the ramp and leapfrog forward. There's a multitude of things he can do and execute from here, but the tools, at least for now, it looks like EJK, Cyclone, Viking, Banshee, Reaper, very much the defensive posture, while Kelazhur takes the far more aggressive one. And I think the defensive normally wins, but, we'll have to see. You can see right off the bat, Kelazhur loses a Reaper. He's going to have to fall back. Liberator falls back, too, from the Viking. And as I was mentioning earlier, often the defensive player is able to at least take early game small advantages in TVT.
Yeah, so we did, the Cyclone was there. That Viking stopped that Liberator. And it's, EJK is ahead in the sense of he has his command center. He's building. He's going to finish it first, and we'll just see where this goes from there. We both players try to be super aggressive at the start, but now they're going different paths. We're going to see a Raven, which is probably going to start dropping some missiles and or turrets.
Yeah. EJK is playing just so incredibly defensively, and this does contribute to a slow, steady mech style, but I'm a little bit afraid by that. You can even see he gets a Banshee off the back of that, going for the later Banshee. Kelazhur does have a Cyclone ready, and really, with the aggressive nature of Kelazhur, I think the only thing this will help him in is it's going to be easier to secure his natural, but in the majority of fights, I feel like you can just make a little misstep or lose whatever, but oh man. Liberator goes down for Kelazhur. EJK moves out to take a natural, but so far they're very, very even. Like I was saying, though, unit choice-wise, Kelazhur is, or pardon me, EJK is favoring that defensive posture a little bit more. And Kelazhur's CC is slightly delayed, but I don't think it's going to be that big. Actually, ooh, he's going to make an orbital command first. That is Kelazhur. While EJK lands his without that, EJK is going to be able to take a very small economic decisive lead.
Yeah, it's interesting. Again, it's just they got some tanks, which again, so funny to see freaking tanks floating there off the belly back. I just laugh every time. Reaper does get in the base and it's going to get cleaned up, but not without getting one kill. I mean, that's kind of worth it.
Yeah, is cleaned up, but it does spot the overall goal of Kelazhur, what he's going for. He's going for an attack right now, and oh, the Widowmine shot takes out the Viking. There's no anti-air. We have a Cyclone, but now a Viking, a Banshee, and a Raven are going to reign pretty much undeterred. You can see EJK, of course, is the Mech Terran. Kelazhur is the Bio Terran. Kelazhur does not have any upgrades. There's no stim. There's nothing to get him into a better position with these Marines, and he's going to be a whole thing of leapfrogs, a big long list of leapfrogs from him to push forward. While EJK is going to kite for a while. He's got Cyclones, Hellions, but he's losing those Cyclones with those Hellions, and honestly, he doesn't have quite enough to deal with this. It's 35 army supply of Kelazhur to 18. EJK has been slightly too greedy.
Yeah, and so Kelazhur is going to punish him hard with these two tanks that already lost, and EJK already lost his tanks, and this natural is just going to be completely. I think this natural is going to get destroyed. I don't know if EJK is going to have enough units out to defend against this. He does the leapfrogging thing, like you said, with the tanks, just going to push them forward more and more. There goes the command center. It is going to drop. It's not, it's going to burn out, definitely. Viking is here, but I think this Viking is going to get picked off as well. And it gets pushed up a little bit, so we do see a couple Ravens got two tanks getting pushed out right now, and GG gets called. Kelazhur takes game one. Wow, such an aggressive bio play. Oh man, that was so good.
Mm-hmm. Man, really, as I was saying all through that, I feel like right there is EJK was trying to posture to get that strong economy, and inadvertently he took a little bit quicker natural base, but he's slightly committed to that natural. Remember, he loses 3 Reapers in this fight right there. He loses those 3 Reapers early on, or when he jumps them up to scout Kelazhur, and then he doesn't have those a part of the force, but overall EJK simply just had like half of what Kelazhur had. Just didn't have anything right there. Kelazhur went for these kind of semi-timing attack, and EJK was looking at the long. He's looking at the long run, looking way down there. I'm gonna go over and do a mech style while Kelazhur is get up a small army. I'm gonna push and see if I can deny natural, and that's what he did.
Yeah, so like you said before, I'm excited for these Terran TVT finals. I will be jumping into game number 2 in a second. I'm just super excited to get to see these builds are just so incredible. They counter each other so well. They just play so well against each other. I'm super excited for these high level plays that we're getting from these guys.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you so much. Of course, we have the Kelazhur fans too in chat. Game 2 will be Dusk Towers, but while all this happens, guys, normally we'd have a giveaway, but right now this week we do not yet. Please, if you can, follow below. You can give to us this week. We will take those follows. We'll take whatever you can. It really would mean a lot, and it allows us to keep going. Hopefully, we will be able to get our subscriber button, which even without the subscriber button, at least we can be partnered with you guys. And being partnered, we get more options. It just allows us to keep putting on awesome content. And really, it just allows us to put content on for you guys. You guys are awesome. Dusk Towers is game 2. How are you feeling? I'm feeling like Kelazhur 2-0. He looks so good, man. Draven's phone looks phenomenal. Yeah. Yep. How's your Draven? How's your phone look? You texting the babe?
Texting all of them actually.
Texting all the babes. All right. Wow, Draven.
Also known as my mother.
Ah, okay. Well, I mean, still the babe. You can. I have to commit, man. You have to commit. You can't not commit.
So, spawning in. So this is game number 2. This is going to be a best of 5. This is a filthy weekly. This is the global finals, weekly finals, however you want to call it. This is game number 2, spawning in our top right position. It is our blue Terran player, Kelazhur. I will learn his name.
And in the bottom left-hand corner, it is the green Terran representing Team Gravity. It's EJK. trying to remember. His name is Evan DeKim, I believe. But I always thought EJK was his initials, but he's EJK, man. He's JK, JK, EJK. You know? That's what my Smurf just needs to be JK, just kidding. Alright. So, talking about this game just a little bit. So far, EJK. Ooh. I believe EJK is gonna proxy something? No? He's doing something unique right here. Setting an SCV out, he's not taking his gas. He's not opening up with a Reaper Fast Expand. There he's taking his gas, but it's at a much later time. I think he's going to proxy a 2-Rax. But Kelazhur is like, yeah, I can do 2-Rax Reaper too. And it's a funny thing where, at first, when you'd see more than 2 Reapers, automatically in your head you say 3-Rax Reaper. But then people said, wait, what if I just make 2 Reapers and feint you out? So a lot of mind games going into what we're seeing right here. But what is EJK doing? The SCV! Oh, will it get in? It's so important if it can see this. Oh, man. Does it spot it? EJK doesn't see the Rax. Oh, man. When he comes around, he should be able to see that Rax. He sees the second gas. That should be pretty indicative of him. You generally see that second gas after the factory in a CC. He's going to see there's no Nexus or pardon me, CC. And EJK is simply taking a really economic posture in this game. A much more, not defensive, but safe, careful posture. While Kelazhur is taking what normally you could consider the careful posture, but no, he's 2-Rax Reapering versus a semi-CC first.
Yeah, so EJK never spotted that second barracks. I mean, he looked like he was about to go to it, but he actually never spotted it. So EJK has no idea that it's going to be a 2 Reaper opening. And I don't know if he's going to be able to defend against it. All he has is Marines on the field. He lost his Reaper at the mineral line, and there's only 2 Marines, and Reapers are going to be able to destroy or 3 Marines, and Reapers are going to be able to destroy this no problem.
Reapers are coming on in. There's 1 Reaper here for Kelazhur, just kind of hanging about. A second one's going to reinforce that off the back of this. We have Reactor, we have Tech Lab. This is a 2 Reaper opener. Very, very safe. Best defense is a phenomenal offense. But now, ooh, some nice KDA charges. 1 goes off, damages 2 Marines. Now, 2 Reapers will not be able to kill these Marines, but they can definitely inflict damage. They have to be careful of the micro, and I'll take that back. They may be able to, if they can get far enough away and start to regen health, they very much have the opportunity to. Another beautiful KD8 charge. 1 Reaper goes down. It's looking a little grim. Looks like Kelazhur comes out killing 2 Marines for 2 Reaper, but at the same time, a Reaper is in his main base.
Yeah, so that that Reaper that's in the main base has gotten 1 kill so far, but still, any kind of harassment is great harassment. But behind this, Kelazhur got a reactor, a tech lab, and a factory all at once, and so we're going to see more Marines, and you're going to see that STEM upgrade.
Stim is on the way. He's making a great transition, and this is all going to come together in a really beautiful timing attack is my best guess with that. Once Stim is done, maybe even get a combat shield because it's much less, of course, than Stim. But with that opening of the early racks, and I've seen this in multiple matchups in TV, whatever, it just gives you such an amazing possibility to get a quick Stim off the back of that and then rebound and kind of have this springboard from that early attack into an even more aggressive attack and hit.
Yeah, so as we see, we do have a starport going down. We have a medevac coming out of it as well. So it looks like it's hard to say. I don't know if he's going to try to harass with the Cyclones. I don't know if Kelazhur is going to try to harass with that Cyclone or what he's going to do. But again, we do see a tech lab coming down from EJK, so he's going to build a Raven. Last time the Raven wasn't able to do much in the way of helping him. So we'll see if he's able to get more harassment out of it. The Hellion's going to go up the ramp. And he does not see this medevac. Here comes a medevac that's going to be completely unscouted by EJK.
And I love that. 8 Marines and Stim is going to be done. As I was saying, a nice timing attack timed out right when Stim finishes. Marines will be dropped. Those Hellions are going to pull back. They weren't even able to pressure. Kelazhur is the safety Cyclone, which is really coming into a thing. And we have a quick 3rd CC for EJK, not a quick 3rd CC for Kelazhur. He's going to hit once, and then he's going to hit a second time. But, oh man, EJK has a Viking ready, but man, Kelazhur's control is phenomenal, but it's still not quite going to be enough to make it go unseen by that Viking.
Yeah, but it's still a lot of bio that's in there, and there's only a Raven, a Cyclone, and 2 Marines here to defend this. I mean, if he gets the drop in this natural base, it looks like where he's going to get a lot of kills off of this drop right now.
Yuri moves in, dropping the Marines. Since the Viking was taken out, there's no more anti-air, at least in the air, to push this back. And, man, the Marines, I don't know if they can not commit to this, because I think the medevac's going to go down if the medevac tries to pick it up. And, yep, the Cyclone, barely the medevac gets away in the left-hand corner, but the Marines, they managed to pick up, I think, a total of 9 kills. I'm not sure how many they got, but overall there's been 9 kills in this game. The third CC of EJK will allow him to kind of bounce back from that hit, but I'm waiting for the second attack, the second wave, and fencing it is the repost from Kelazhur to come.
Yeah, so we do see, like you said before, there's another bio army coming out with a tank in this. So we'll see if EJK could spot this one. You know, I think that attack, that first drop attack, would have done a lot more damage, but EJK did have that Viking in place and did get scattered. So we'll see this is a huge bio army that's going to start going across the map, and we'll see if it gets scouted. I mean, EJK has no vision of this coming out. He has no more Vikings.
Even though EJK... Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, there is a Banshee going to cross the map, but there is going to be turrets, so I don't know if that Banshee is going to be able to do that much damage. I think it's just going to be annoying as opposed to any kind of rural harassment.
Even though EJK opened up differently, he's kind of going down the same path. Last game he did get a Banshee. And the same thing, honestly, for Kelazhur. It's a slightly deviated. He's not going for a full frontal Kappa. He's going for a drop into the natural. And he does have a very potent army. It's essentially what he had last game, a little bit later, though. Here is what he's moving in. There's a missile turret. A second missile turret's on the way, but the Hellions are not going to be in the right position. A siege tank's going to be repositioned on EJK, dropped in, but the siege tank Kelazhur slightly quicker. I'd love to see a mule dropped in the midst of this fight to heal, but the bio of Kelazhur looks like it's overwhelming. This is a best of 5, so even if Kelazhur wins this, it's still 2-0. EJK has an opportunity, but EJK pulls back the siege tank. Kelazhur's build is so well timed out, so perfectly done right here. EJK all he has is tanks since he's playing mech, but his natural is forfeit.
Yeah, he completely loses his natural. This tank just decimates this entire mineral line, and I don't know if EJK could recover from this. Yeah, he's got 2 tanks up here, but those drops, all those drops have to do is just drop them on the tanks. I mean, that's all it's going to need to do is just drop on the tank.
Yeah, but you can also unsiege them and drop them, but nope, there's the GG. Kelazhur up 2-0 in this best of 5. Draven, what does he win if he wins the next game? Like, what is on the line right here in the filthy NA Cup Weekly number 4?
So I know that we have a double prize pool, double cash prize pool, and double points as well. That's going to be awarded for our first place and second place winner. But these is battling. It's double from what you've seen and what we've heard for the past couple of weeks. So I mean, you know, that's due to all the support from the fans, everyone that tunes in. Of course, the support to Damon. So a special shout out to Damon Knight for giving us this opportunity to be able to provide just an awesome tournament. And thanks everyone that's in chat for tuning in for as often as they have been.
Thanks so much, guys. Please follow. We had a little influx of followers before the beginning of that game since we shouted that out. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm feeling good for Kelazhur to 3-0, but I want EJK to claw his way back to somehow make something to make history, honestly, because the Filthy Cup, that is history in the making, Draven. We are a part of history. Damon is a part of history. Everyone watching, they're also a part of history. I guess everything I just said is true, but you know what? This is awesome. I love the Filthy Cup, guys. I love it. Draven, say something! No.
Draven, say something!
I was just hanging out, man. I was hanging out until something got weird for you. But Damon started laughing, and so I felt like I had to kind of, like, I couldn't just keep...
No, so I've been eating...
Texting your mom,
these
man.
Starburst...
Come
on. Yeah, and so I've been eating these Starburst minis, and they hurt my mouth, and so now I'm like the bottom jaw of my mouth. And I'm also texting my girlfriend, who's freaking awesome, anyways, so my jaw is like starting to hurt, and I can't figure out what happened. It feels like I bit into something really hard, giggity, and so now my mouth is starting to hurt. I can't get it.
I say Kappa Ross instead of Giggity. Kappa Ross. Kappa 2D. Kappa Creep. It's Dreno Creep. I think, no, what was it? Dreno Cringe. Some Australian guys. I'm Dreno Mate and then Dreno Cringe. Like, yeah, that's what the C stands for. It doesn't stand for my last name. It's Dreno Cringe. Actually, I guess it technically doesn't stand for my last name because my last name's Connor, but if anyone guessed that in chat, high five to you. The only person ever to, like, guess that right off the bat was, Who was it? Crap. He played on EG.
I don't
Zerg
know.
player who goes to med school. Or no, I can't remember if he's Zerg or not. Crap, I can't remember. Suppy, thank you, Damon. Yeah, Suppy was like, wait, is it Connor backwards? Like it's dang right, it's Connor. But here we are, ladies and gentlemen, for Game 3. Draven, take us away.
So spawning in our bottom right position on this 4-spawn map is our blue Terran player from Root Gaming. It is Kelazhur. I am going to learn it one of these days.
And his opponent in the bottom left-hand corner. From Team Gravity, give it up for EJK!
So here we are on this, my least favorite map. Is it my least favorite or my most hated? However you want to word it.
I think that means you're not as good on it. That's what I figured out over your explanations of why you hate each map. I'm like, so wait, which maps do you like? Let's be frank here.
I like the gold map, the pylon, that one.
Pylon terraces, yeah,
the gold one, yeah, that one I freaking love, only just because of the gold bases. Anyways,
it's fun, man.
Again, so here we go, EKJ or EJK with these 3 barracks right off the bat. It's going to go completely unscouted as well. What do you make of this? What do you think he's going to be doing from this? Do you think he's going to try to do more like that early Reaper play as well, like kind of what he was doing against the Zerg players?
I mean, Kelazhur right now is, I guess in theory, they're both, okay, so EJK 3x Reaper, Kelazhur 2x Reaper. I guess Kelazhur is taking the more mind game approach that I think 3x Reaper is probable, but maybe you know that I think 3x Reaper is going to be doing something and that I'm going to be playing safe, so maybe you play safe, so I'm just going to go a middle ground. It's a lot of mind games, and I couldn't articulate them there, but lots of mind games, so Kelazhur is not going to be doing that. He's just going to be playing safe with 2 Reapers right off the bat versus 3x Reaper, and this is what we saw last game, where this is kind of what we saw last game, but not quite as severe. Or this is more severe, pardon me. This is more severe than what we saw last game. But Kelazhur, I think, has slightly superior control. Playing it safe, he's going for a 1-1-1.
More Reapers just getting pushed out. I mean, what is Kelazhur going to have to do to stop this huge influx of Reapers coming across? I mean, it looks like there's going to be 4, 5, going to be 7 at one point.
Well, he's got the tools. He just doesn't want to lose these Reapers right here. He's got the tools. A Hellions going to be coming on out. He's going to fall back. The jump up onto the cliff will give them a few seconds to fall back. SCVs are being pulled, but now this is somewhat the anti-Reaper build. If you can get out that Hellion quick enough, a second Hellion is on the way. You can easily cut down through these Reapers, but he needs a second Hellion out. Needs that first Hellion not to die, but there is the golden shot right there. Oh. And a Reaper survives with 1 health. The Hellion, as I was saying, this can deflect through Rex Reaper. Now, there's 2 more Reapers on the way, but as long as Kelazhur, he's got a Liberator, he's got an extra Hellion on the way, as long as he just micros and keep this 1 extra Reaper alive, he should be okay, but he loses that, so now he's got to face 2 more Reapers. But EJK is starting to pull out guys, Kappa. He's adding on a 4th Rax, and this is the point where sometimes you see a Tech Lab just to get stim combat shields to transition, but on this map, even though 3x Reaper is hard to defend, if you can get out a Hellion, if you can really just play defensively and get the Hellions out, you generally are okay.
Yeah, it seems the fight did get pushed back, but there's more Reapers coming out, and so there's a Liberator. So there's 3 Hellions, 2 Reapers, and a Liberator with this. So if Kelazhur sends that to his enemy's base, what's he gonna do? Like, he can't shoot up. He's got no Marines.
That's an issue, yeah. That's an issue. Generally, you like to be able to shoot up. The Reapers never went to school. They didn't go to the academy. They came in, we're like, we're going to skip out on the class because we're gonna be Reapers. Yeah, but now there's only 3 mineral fields mining, and I like your point of you can't shoot up, and there's really, sadly, a sweet spot, and sadly, missile turrets can't move, so this is like the awkwardest, this is the awkwardest thing I've ever seen.
Yep. So GG gets
Kelazhur 3-0.
Interesting. So the Reapers got sent to Kelazhur's base. However, the Hellions were there to clean it up. So it was very kind of anticlimactic finals. But that Liberator was in such a good spot. And 3-0 to Kelazhur. Man, that's definitely not what I predicted. But at the same time, I also predicted Violet was going to make it to the end as well. So I unfortunately was not able to get my predictions correct. But holy crap, what amazing set of games we've had today.
Oh, I predicted at the beginning of this, you guys are looking through it, and I was like, you know what? I think Belai or Kelazhur or Jon Snow, they're playing really well. I know it's a lot of people, but then we got halfway through, and I was like, Kelazhur can beat Violet. You guys were like, no, he can't beat Violet. I was like, I think he can, and what we learned is neither of us were correct. However, Kelazhur won, so I win actually the 150 right there. We're going to take it away from Kelazhur, and I'm commandeering the entire tournament. No Kappa. Kelazhur wins $150 first place. EJK wins $50 second place, and everybody in the top 32, which means I think everybody but 4 players gets OSC points. So those 4 players, I'm sorry, but the rest of you get OSC points.
But that was an amazing series. I'm so happy to cast it. Any thoughts, questions, comments, concerns there, Draenok?
How are both the babes? Because you've been texting them very profusely.
I was kidding about that. We're not going to talk about it on stream, but it was my mother and my girlfriend. So,
all right, guys. Well, thank you for tuning in. Hey, if you think Draven was awesome, if you think he has got a great haircut and got a good tie, and got a nice heart, and he's got some fingers and he's got some teeth, and yeah, if you think all those things I just said out loud,
I got cool tattoos.
Oh yeah, he's got cool tattoos too. Follow him at Draven. That is Dravien. Correct?
Kind of. Drayvien. Just
Drayvien.
Social or something. Yeah,
oh yeah, guys.
Drayvien.
Drayven. It's Draven. However you want to say that. It's Draven. Follow him. Check him out. Please follow below. Really, all the guys in chat, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being awesome. And follow us below if you can, because that supports Damon, a.k.a. Filthy Rake, the owner of this channel. And that allows us to put on another tournament next week. Next week, there's going to be another $100 tournament. The week after that, etc. It's going to keep going on. Every 4th week, there is a $200 global tournament. If you guys want to play in it, it's $100. You got to be an NA unless it's the global one, which was today. So next week, next Saturday, which is going to be, let me check that out. It's going to be the 20th of February. If you play on NA, if you're a North American person, if you live in North America, or yeah, I think specifically North America, please check out at Damon Knight on Twitter. That's at DAMENKNIGHT. And with that, you can know when you can play, when you can join in. You can see the brackets. You have a chance to win $75 or $25 second place. So please check out at Damon Knight. Follow below. That is at DRAYVIEN. And I am at DRENNOC, DRENNOC at Draenok on Twitter. Follow me. Follow Draven. Follow Damon Knight. Guys, we'll see you next time for some more StarCraft action. Once again, this is the Filthy Weekly signing off.